All right, Austin, I do think it's safe to say that you're not getting water doused in your head, but now I'm a little bit gun-shy from last time, so that's good. After the career high in points last game, you get the call into the starting lineup. You do get a career high in assists tonight with 11. But what's the mindset coming in, and is anything for you change as you now enter a starting lineup with a couple of different guys out there?
Yeah, I mean, like I've told you a million times, I just try to play the right way. Obviously, without Bryant, try to be a little bit more aggressive and try to fill a little void. Because he, brings so much to the table. Everybody's got to chip in on that aspect, and everybody did tonight as a go-win. And, hopefully we can keep it going.
The games are starting to dwindle. Obviously, you guys understand the stakes. I think the building and the fan base have understood the stakes. How do you guys just deal with that? It's probably pressure, but in a good way, to try and make sure that you're delivering every night, even if it's not technically the playoffs. Feels like it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lakers Nation's the best. Obviously, the atmosphere is great. It's been great the whole season, but especially these last couple games, we need that. We need the energy in the building to kind of push us through some times during the game that we're struggling a little bit. So shout out Laker Nation, and it's a good win.
You get the 25 points, so you do it on only 10 shot attempts. Yeah. And a lot of that comes because of the skill that you've shown getting to the free throw line. That's been a consistent part of the diet lately. What are you looking to do with the defense, the way that they're covering you to get to the free throw line?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to use my pivots and, get good looks. I'm not, going to get fouled or anything. I'm trying to just play the right way and, kind of play the way I've always played. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, I like to use my pivots in the lane, and maybe 1, 2, maybe one tonight 3. So, it's fun, and that's the way I like to play.
Last one for you. What do you just take out of this game as you kind of finish this homestand before the last long road trip, and how important is it to keep this level of urgency and energy?
I mean, it's do or die right now. I don't know what happened in the standings tonight, but, if we control what we can control, and that's our game every night, and we go out and compete and, play with a sense of urgency like we did tonight in the last couple games, then we'll be fine. But that's really it, just keeping the edge and knowing that we got to have these down the stretch.
Well, winning's better than losing in the standings, right?
Always.
All right, thanks, Al.
Appreciate you.
Like a little trick up the sleeve, you know,
Yeah, let's start with that. Get a career high in points out of Austin Reaves on Sunday, career high in assists from him tonight. How do you think his insertion to the starting lineup helped your overall effort tonight?
I think it was huge. He got us help get us off to a great start. His ability to play downhill, draw fouls, score at all 3 levels, find guys, his ability to play make. I mean, he was huge for us, and he's been huge for us all year. You mentioned last game, he's in a great space right now, feeling his game and just locked into what we're trying to accomplish. And I just felt like it made all the sense in the world. And salute the Bees, being a pro's pro, understanding the strategic part of it. And Bees was locked in, ready, came off the bench, hit 2 big threes for us, and competed. And so that's what we need, man. That's the competitiveness, but yet the togetherness that I've mentioned all year. And AD, again, we've talked about it before the game, his accountability, really not thinking that he was aggressive enough in previous games, coming out and really not selling and going hard downhill to the rim as well. So it's a great team win. Vando defended his butt off. Dennis, all of those guys, everyone that participated, Winyan, I mentioned Malik, Dennis, it's those guys fought and compete. That's a tough team down the hall. That's only going to get tougher when they get KD back. So it was great to get a win, huge win to get, definitely a big step in the right direction.
Darvin, just thinking of Vanderbilt and some of the wings that he's defended this year, and but oftentimes, you have him almost having to defend bigger guys just with LeBron out. What does it do for you, though, in a night like tonight when he can switch out on the perimeter like that, and how does that kind of balance the rest of the roster?
Man, I said it from day one. I think he's a Swiss Army knife. He's able to guard smalls on the perimeter, bang out with the bigs, come up with big rebounds and 50-50 balls, steals. He's just versatile. His versatility, a lot of times in the game of basketball, specifically in the NBA, we tend to talk about guys' versatility offensively, and the defensive versatility guys never really get that much shine. He's one of those guys, and he's able to make plays with the ball in his hand, make the right reads. But he was huge, and we challenged him, and he accepts that challenge. He actually asked for the matchup, and Jordan Knott, obliged him. Jordan Knott, one of my coaches, front of the bench coaches, that it was his scout tonight, and that's what you love. That's what you want to see. That competitive edge being revealed by a guy, wanting to accept that type of challenge. And Book is by no means an easy walk in the park. He's going to keep coming, and the shots you think you're forcing into, the difficult shots, those are his bread and butter shots. So you really can't get discouraged. You have to have a next play mentality and move on. And Vando was great. He picked up a few fouls, but he stayed the course.
Darvin, they obviously, I think you guys are up 9 with 50 seconds left in the third. They cut it to 3. They have that steal and 1. And then you guys obviously pull away in the fourth. Like, what did you see as kind of the difference there, where we've seen it gone the other way, where a team makes a run against you guys in the second half, they end up pulling away, but kind of the distance there in that fourth quarter that you're able to create?
Yeah, we just stayed encouraged. The energy was great on the sidelines. Your guys talking each other up. We're going to weather this storm. Hey, we got to have a next play mentality. Hey, next time down, let's do this, do that. Guys talking strategy, talking focus, talking, positive spirit, and things like that. Runs are going to happen. The league is what it is in terms of its talent level, which I think is at an all-time high. And with the 3-ball especially, and the pace of the game, no lead is safe. And so the thing you have to do is really just lock in, have a short memory, and try to compete as much as you can, possession by possession. And we did that. But the whole team was locked in. And, yes, we expect them to make a run at the Phoenix Suns. They are who they are for a reason, and we just had to have that endurance. We have this saying, be the most competitive together team for 48 minutes, and I think the people saw that tonight.
Yeah, defensively, I think we were really good. We had some slip-ups, but for the most part, I think we did a good job defensively. Vando did a good job on Book, just making it tough for him, made some tough shots. Austin was on him. Dennis, just making it tough for him all night. Nothing really easy. Rebounding the basketball and, just playing free, having fun. So a lot of guys played well, stepped up, and it's a big win for us for sure.
You've made it a priority to make sure everyone feels involved. But, for example, in the third quarter, when you take over, what tells you in that moment it's time?
Just knowing how big of a game this was. Honestly, just trying to get myself going in the first half. Not that I wasn't looking for my shots, but the plays were just Austin getting fouled or getting his shot, Dennis, D'Lo, and then the second half, it just by them being aggressive in the first half, it just kind of opened up for me in the third quarter, and we're just able to take advantage of opportunities. Just try to do what I do and kind of open up again for them a little bit in the fourth. So, like Coach said, it was a great team win. I mean, a must-win for us, and we came out and played that way.
Those couple minutes, I mean, you had the dunk on Jock, and then you had the dunk on TJ. Is that the kind of version of yourself offensively that you're kind of looking to unlock more, especially in this last stretch of games?
I don't care if it's a dunk or whatever. I just want to, be able to put the ball in the basket and do what I have to do to help the team. And obviously, being more aggressive like I was in that third quarter, helps. Not with just, myself, but, with the entire team, because it kind of opened things up for all the other guys. But like I said, early on, some good looks, but I feel like, the game was going for everybody else. And then the third quarter, it was more like, all right, AD, this is your turn. It's your time now, so go ahead. So had a good game plan. It kind of worked out for us.
I was asking Darvin about what may have been said at halftime to get you going in the third quarter. I think he said something like, dumbass AD. I mean, this dumbass, he said this dumbass coach called more plays for him. Was that the case, or was it just more of you?
No, I mean, both. A little bit of both. I mean, we, made it an effort to, kind of call all my plays, basically the whole third quarter. Different looks to give me the ball where they couldn't double. And then it was me just like, all right, now just, go score. The coaching staff and the other 4 players on the floor are doing a good job of putting me in a situation to be effective, and now it's my job to be effective. So it's a little bit of both of, my mindset just coming out being aggressive after half, and then, also coaching. Even our point guards, Dennis, D'Lo, AR were also, anytime on defensive end they score or rebound, slow it down, like, all right, AD, what you want? And we get into it, and like I said, I had to make a play out of it.
What has D'Angelo Russell brought to this team in terms of energy and everything else he's brought?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, his scoring ability, his communication, his playmaking. He does a lot for us, and making big shots. He's getting the crowd involved like he did tonight. So, having a player like that takes a lot of pressure off everyone else. The time that he was out, obviously, we missed him. A lot of the ball handling responsibilities on Dennis and Austin. Now they're able to play off the ball, and we can run, kind of manipulate different actions, with them 3 on the floor. As all of them are, great ball handlers.
You guys don't have the new. You obviously didn't have DeAndre or KD, but is there any measuring stick factor with this team, knowing that, you guys want to get to the playoffs, they're going to be in the playoffs, and that could be a team that you face again like you did in 2021?
No, I mean, they're not whole, we're not whole. I think it was just a regular season game that we just needed. You can't really look at this game as, like I said, a measuring stick. Two of their players are out. And then, 6 is out, so can't really, kind of measure it up. But, it's definitely a good game for us to win, for sure. But, when they get healthy and we get healthy, if we see them in the playoffs, pretty sure it'll be a good matchup.
What did you make of the new starting group with Austin and how he fit in tonight?
It was different. Austin usually the guy coming off the bench, bringing that energy, when we need it. So we're kind of, curious to see how it play out, and then kind of B's kind of feeling that role come in, hit 2 threes, so doing a lot of things for us. So I mean, it was good for us, obviously getting off to a fast start, and not getting behind, 10, 12 like we usually do. So Austin come in with us, I think he scored like 10 in the first quarter, kind of help us get going, and it was good for us.
It's just regular season, but it's been a while since you guys beat that team. Like a while. Does that feel something about anything about that feel good? Knowing that it was against them, a big game at a big time.
No, I mean, it just feel good to get a win. Knowing what position we're in, but it's a good team. I mean, been one of the top teams the last couple years, 3 years. So anytime you can, beat a team like that, play great defensively like that against a team like that. Obviously, like I said, they're not whole, so we didn't get, the full firepower. But, anytime you can, get a win against one of the top teams in the league, it always give you a little bit of confidence.
Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah. Thanks. Yep.
Take on playing next to Austin for as long as you did tonight, and both you over 60% from the field, still able to get AD and others involved. What do you like about that pairing, and what are the things that you think play out in the court like that?
I think just having guards out there that are skilled, it makes the game easy for everybody. So around the league, it's a guard-heavy league. So trying to be out there and match it up with guys that are, can create and can score the ball is a positive to have as a coach. So I thought it was successful tonight for sure.
D'Lo, you told us a few games back that you anticipate moments over the course of the game where if you hit this shot, that the crowd can get behind you. Tonight there was a couple breaks in the action.
and you were employing the crowd. What type of atmosphere was there in the building tonight, and how much can you guys feed off that? You got 2 more home games before you go on the road.
It's huge. Like I said, I've been here, in the past. I remember that, Kobe and guys like that controlling that environment from you just dominating the game, and the fans can't wait to cheer for it. So even if it's Austin Reaves, I guess they love Austin. So whenever we can get him going, and it helps our team. So I know it. I think a lot of the guys know it. Whenever we can return the favor like that, I think it's good for both sides.
Austin, you just take us behind the scenes when you found out from Darvin you'd be starting. Obviously, you started with this team before. That's not like it's a brand new thing, but considering where the team is right now, how you processed that news and your approach was tonight.
He pulled me aside yesterday after practice and told me that I would be starting. But for me, it's really the same mindset going into every game, and it's win. At all costs, win. And that's all that really matters. So there's not much difference starting, not starting for me. It's really just go out and play basketball the way that I always have and the way that I love.
I think it's 2.5 games right now separate 3 games, I guess, if you want to separate the 4th from the 12th seed.
Oh, wow.
What do you think that these next couple weeks are going to be like in terms of intensity, feeling like the stakes? It felt like a big game, obviously, and a big win tonight. What are you kind of anticipating as everything's so packed together like this?
I think it's basically the same as it has been the last couple games or last couple weeks for us. Obviously, we don't want to be in this position. We'd like to be, first in the league, but this is the position that we're in, and it's really about us. Like, if we go take care of our business, lock into, coach and staff, the scouting report, all that, the talent we have a lot of talent, and I feel like we can win against anybody. So it's going to be hectic, but this is why you play the game. You want high pressure moments, and you really want to, play under the lights.
Austin, 25 points and a career-high 11 assists. I guess what type of offensive rhythm have you been in over the last week or so? Getting to the free throw line, finding your teammates, and just kind of being a reliable scorer for this team.
Yeah, I mean, since Bron's been out, you had to have multiple guys feel what he does because he, does everything on the court. And so I've tried to be more aggressive, offensively, both ways, getting teammates involved and then also scoring and getting to the line. So it's really just been, going back and playing basketball, the way that I love, the way that I've always played, and, having fun with it.
Austin, obviously you impacted the game a number of ways tonight, but also the way the whistle was going for both teams at times, but certainly 46 free throw attempts for you guys. Was there a point in the game where you kind of felt like, okay, it's going to be this type of game, and maybe with my skill set, I can really make an impact at the line?
It's never really that approach. I just try to get to, the spots that I like to on the court and, just read how the defender's playing. I like to, obviously, as everybody knows, I like to pivot because I can't go dunk everything. So stay below the rim, pivot, and, a lot of times if you're patient doing that, the defender will at some point think you're shooting. So I don't really, attack or see, how the refs are calling it to, change my game. I kind of just play the same way regardless. So, yeah, I mean, 46 free throws is a lot. But if you get downhill a lot and you have, guys like AD, D-Lo that are really crafty, then, there's going to be fouls.
Yeah, Austin, just thinking specifically about the OKC game coming up, and all of these games have felt like pressure and playoff implications and all that, but tiebreaker on the line, like they're kind of right next to you in the standings. You split with them earlier. What have you seen from them this year, and a young team that's playing well, and what do you feel like you guys have to carry into that game?
Yeah, they're a young team that's very talented, that plays hard, plays the right way, and plays for each other. So it's like I've said before, it's going to be about us focusing on, how we approach the game, how we play the game, and, really just come out from the gate and try to dominate the game. Obviously, it's basketball and things happen here and there, and it's a game of runs, but with the talent that we have, like I said, we feel comfortable with where we're at. Thank you all.